Hey everybody, how we doing? My name is Baby Doll. I've been playing Diablo 4's Lord of Hatred now, since it released. And I think I'm finally at a stopping point, and I just kind of wanted to go over some, my personal experience, what I thought about it, and just an overall consensus of where I, would like to see improvements, maybe. And maybe even like a little bonus thing at the end. You never know. Kind of depends on where it goes. Started my season off as a Warlock. Had an absolute blast. Ended up re-rolling into a Sork. I'll kind of explain that here in a second. Warlock is what I was truly excited for this season. I like the fantasy of just summoning demons and using those demons to absolutely crush everything else that was around me. So I played Warlock, and I followed Rax's build for leveling through the campaign, and it was amazing. It was smooth, it was buttery, it uses direct claws, and the campaign in general, I played through it on normal. Just because usually when I play through the D4 campaigns, I like playing it on just like a normal difficulty just through the campaign. Because I like to experience the campaign. I don't want to, get to a bottleneck while I'm playing and then not be able to. So I'll show the Warlock. This is a Pit 150 build. I know it's a broken build. They fixed it in a patch. However, it was super fun to play, man. Like, the mobility, everything else with it. I mean, ran fast, he did lots of damage. It fulfilled the fantasy of the summoning demons and absolutely crushing those that were tried to oppose you. I mean, it was great. They patched it out. This is the lunatic build. They did patch it out, made it so that, the effect of Eviscerate wasn't proccing, as many times as it would to give you the damage cap, essentially. But after that, since I pretty much had all my gear made for the lunatic build, because I was all in on it, even though I knew it was going to be patched out, I'm like, I was sitting there figured there's probably no way they're going to keep this. But I had hopes. I kept playing it. This is actually from the night before the patch, playing through it. I'm playing it faster than normal. But I cleared Pit 150. I was running the same Warlock build all the way up through tier 12, doing some farming, doing some initial pits before this to build my my glyphs. Man, I can't even think of the words. Build my glyphs up to 140s, 150s. Just an overall blast. Then they nuked it. And I wouldn't really say they nuked it. They just fixed the issue that was going on with it. Couldn't even really run overworld content reliably without having issues or taking an extreme amount of time to actually kill. Didn't really want to go ahead and refarm and essentially restart the Warlock from scratch because I didn't have any extra gear to choose from. Some pieces may have been able to carry over, but not a lot. So after I did the Warlock, ended up going back and chose my Sork and been having a blast with her. She's been, I mean, everything that you really expect from a Sork. Super fast, super powerful, clears. AoE clear is insane. I wasn't really trying to do pit pushing, so trying to sit there and stress over a ball lightning and everything else wasn't really my forte. But, I mean, Diablo 4, I find it still has the same kind of endgame loop. You only got really, like 6 activities to really do. It's Nightmare Dungeons, Hell Tides, Undercity, Lair Bosses, Infernal Hordes, in the Pit. 6 activities. You have Trees of Whispers, which I guess you can consider 7th, but in all reality, if you're doing Nightmare Dungeons, you're looking for one that, etc., whatever. You usually pair the Whispers up with whatever other activity that you're doing and run them on repeat. That being said, I did max Warplanes out to level 10. First, I like how it gives you an idea, gives you a structure for how you should run your endgame, and you're not just mindlessly blasting things to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm done with this and get out. Just kind of gives you a structure to follow, keeps you focused on certain tasks, which I mean is helpful. Just kind of wish they changed the experience around a little bit. Maybe give me a respec mode down here that I pay 50 million, go into respec mode, change all my nodes and however many different trees I want, instead of having to pay 50 million per single one to respec. Other thing I really wish, instead of, you know, resetting an entire tree when you did a refresh, you could just reset by row. Say I really didn't want to do either one of these activities. Reset the row, give me a chance for something else. I mean, Warplane's good setup. In all reality, it's not really additional in-game content. If anything else, it just makes you grind. In a more structured manner, you're still doing the exact same in-game loop, you're just doing it, you know, certain path now instead of just freely going along. Wish it was account bound, share between characters, and make having alt characters, you know, more enjoyable. Making a different character more enjoyable, trying to enjoy a different class, rather than, you know, I made the Sork and I had to go from my Warlock, which was at, you know, tier 9 war plan, all the way back down to a tier 1. That was a little depressing, to say the least. However, one thing I really do enjoy, my favorite thing of the season, is the loot filter. Thankfully, have a way of going through Nightmare Dungeons without having to spend an extra 5 minutes just sorting through gear, and then picking up certain gear, because there's so much stuff that dropped that not all the gear will populate on the screen. I've had that happen too. It's so nice to just be able to filter out the stuff you don't want to see. You really don't need to use this until you're like tier 5. Not tier 5. Torment 5, sorry. I mean, at that point, I can make a video guide on how I do my loot filter, but I have mine very specific. I do one for every piece of gear, and then I do what would be my ideal weapon, what would be my ideal piece of armor. And, well, so, I mean, I have one for every different piece of armor, every different piece of, you know, jewelry, whatever else, my top tier, whatever. But I have it all set up. I can make a separate video on that if you guys all would like me to do that, further explain it. Really fun thing. Probably my favorite thing for the season, to be honest with you. I played Pally before. Pally was fun. I didn't want to do it again this season. Played Warlock. Warlock was absolutely fun. Leveling through the campaign and initial tournament levels as Abyss. However, once you got up to Torment 5, you know, Abyss kind of started to fall off and how effective it was, because you have a lot more on-death effects getting up that point. And Abyss actually covers up those on-death effects pretty well. So I would die to explosions. I wouldn't even know we're there. But farming for materials, I mean, I think everyone's had the issue when you first have your account, character, whatever. Forgotten Souls, you're always going to be at a bottleneck. You're always going to be at a bottleneck for gold. And Object Site, you're probably going to be at a bottleneck until you start getting up to the higher tiers and actually start finding those, you know, end-game pieces of gear where you're going to find one that's be like, all right, like, this is my gear. I'm most likely not going to find anything better, so I'm just going to use this. Once you get to that point, these numbers for Object Site, crystals, fragments, yada yada, I mean, they accumulate very rapidly, very quickly. As you can see, I have 22 Resplendent Sparks. I don't even bother crafting mythics. I have the ones I want. So, I mean, I guess I can make a new sword, but I really don't need it. I've completed all the endgame content with the stuff I have here on my screen. All this stuff is found by me. I didn't use trade for anything. I didn't sell anything. I didn't buy anything. I didn't trade in game. I got everything else. I got everything I have now just found solely by me. I mean, Chaos King might do a run for you guys later on. Who knows? But there definitely does feel like there's more of a grind every aspect. Gear-wise, material-wise, gem fragments, all that stuff feels like it's gotten like 2 times more. I played the Paladin from the pre-release for 2 weeks, got up to level 2, Paragon level 276. I've been playing on this season 13 for a month, and I'm level 274. I think they tried to tone down experience to accommodate the extra XP from, you know, warplanes and stuff, and I think they may have gotten some estimations wrong, some numbers wrong. I think they said they're going to adjust it next season, but we'll see how well it goes. Build diversity, it's the same thing. I mean, it's D4. I think even going back to D3 before I stopped playing D3, it's every class essentially had a build. The build that you play if you're a class. Not a lot of build diversity because not a lot of build diversity works later in Torment 12 or against, you know, Uber bosses. It would be nice to see him change that. I like this. It would be nice. I'm going to use Druid as an example because it's my favorite class. I would love to get back to like Season 0, Season 1 days where Werewolf had a viable build, just Werewolf, not having to use Storm skills. Werebear, you know, you could walk around sitting there doing only Werebear stuff, not have to feel like you're casting Thunderstorm all the time. And then you can be an Elementalist if you want. Actually, I think Lightning Bolt was the leveling skill of choice that made it easier leveling up as a Druid. But it would be nice to see more build diversity. I would like to see some Sorks running around casting cross skills. Some fireballs, some, you know, any other skill besides electricity, to be honest with you. I mean, I know they're out there. I've seen them leveling up through the campaign. I've seen them in early Torment tiers. It's just once you get past like Torment 6, 7, 8, that diversity starts to drop, and you see the builds that are already on the top list in the leaderboards making their way up because people know that that's going to be what's easiest to play to be able to farm the hardest content. And I think that needs to change. Personally, I think T10 should be the standard for what every build should be able to farm comfortably and reliably. And T11 and T12 don't have any extra things that you get a chance of. It stops at T10. So have T10 be your goal for every single build variety, be able to run. No question. And then have Torment 12, kind of like how Torment 4 used to be, to where you never really ran it consistent. I mean, I know some people did that had absolutely juice gear and were, you know, had 4 GAs on every yada yada. But have Torment 12 be that tier that you are actually fighting and going through every single boss mechanic. Like, make it like party. Well, I wouldn't make it party focused. You shouldn't take a game that you can play single player and force people into a party. I don't agree with that either. I think that's why what is it? What is this place? Oh, is it here? Is it gone? Is the Undercity? It may be here. Dark Citadel? I don't ever see anyone play the Dark Citadel. I don't even never hear of anyone playing the Dark Citadel. You can do this entire game playing solo self-found essentially, which is nice that they're bringing it out, but I think it would be nice to have a tier where if you're going to play it, you're not going to be able to farm it continuously. Like, you go in there and you are sweating. Rewards are worth it, but you are grinding. Long boss fights, super detailed mechanics. You're not going to sit there and stand next to him with a whole bunch of floating orbs and just watch him drain to 0 within 30 seconds. You know, I think that should be what they should aim for. Power creep. Man, I remember D4 first released and people were getting into the millions and it was like a huge thing. Slowly over the time, now we're hitting for hundreds of trillions. Even more than that, we're hitting damage caps sometimes because there are some bugs that don't get worked out. For example, the Warlock. As much as I hate to say, I think everything needs a nerf. I don't really think that it would be a bad thing. I think everything needs a nerf. Bring it back down to your like top tier damages in the millions. Once you bring everything down to that level, reevaluate and redesign. Look at your bosses and everything else in the content, adjust their HP appropriately, and then move on from there. Going at the rate that it's been going, it goes up and up and up. Top damage numbers get higher and higher every single season. And it's only a matter of time if it doesn't get, nipped in the butt now. Should have been nipped in the butt a while ago. But if it doesn't get nipped in the butt now, eventually damage cap will be like a new standard. And I don't think numbers need to be that high anyways. There's no reason to see numbers that high if you balance everything correctly. Hit 150. I cleared it for the first time. I know it was on a bug build, so I don't have like the super joyous experience of actually clearing it naturally, which is fine. I went into it knowing that I was using a bug build. I know I've never done it before. Who knows if I'll ever get the time to do it again. So I'm just like, I'm just going to take advantage of it. And I just went and did Pit 150 and enjoyed it thoroughly. I got help one time from the butcher. He spawned like immediately on spawn and killed him. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I get to Pit 150 in like 15 seconds. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not going to count that. So I kept redoing it until I didn't get the butcher anymore. And it was a good experience. I'm pretty much stopping playing this one at this point. I'm calling it a complete season. I completed War Plans up to level 10. Never saw a mythic reward option. I did essentially the entire seasonal journey except for this. This is really the only thing I haven't done yet. Legion events. I mean, I'm missing 2 things. I don't want to do any more Legion events. I did them for whatever tier it was before. I don't even remember which tier it was where you had to do them before, but it wasn't fun. I don't want to do them again, especially since I know I'm going to be doing them by myself. But I did T12 Mephisto, got the seals, didn't use them, did all the content. I mean, honestly, I'll do a little bonus for you guys. Where am I at? 17 minutes? I should have enough time. Let's go to Kill Shad. Go to Kill Shad. And, there's last 2 seasons, Toxic Cow levels. So, go to Kill Shad. I thought that you had to do this, I thought you had to do quest for the cows and get the emotes to pop up, the same move. I thought that was like a prerequisite. You have to do the 666 cows and everything else and yada yada. As you can see, I don't have the emote for Moo. However, I did do the quest this season for Neyrel's Hand. That was actually pretty enjoyable. Recommend it to anyone who hasn't done it already. But in the process, you have to come in here and inscribe all these woods and then go to another spot, light fires, do other side quests, yada yada. And it's all hidden. You wouldn't even know about it unless you really delve deep into the lore. But I noticed this. Inscribe Moo into the wood. Moo. So I did it. As you can see, I put it in the fire. And for all the other areas of the quest, you go to the same area every time to read the journal update and see what the phrase is and then do the next portion of the quest. There it is. This area right here, it's in Scovos. The lava lands of Scovos, or whatever this place is called. Skartara. It is pretty much just a little bit to the east of where the Blood Maiden always spawns. Wait, let me zoom out because it is Helltide. I just gotta make sure. Yeah, same area. It's right here. It looks different when the Helltide's not there. It's not as red and pronounced. But you go there. And when you inscribe Moo into the wood and you toss it into the fire, you're going to go there and you're going to see something that is pretty enjoyable. Also, take a little side note to mention that I think the mounts need a rework. As far as movement speed, like you look at this thing, based on how it feels to just run, it feels so much better to just, oh crap, I'm on the wrong keybinds, there we go. It feels so much better to just physically run than it does to ride a mount, unless you're using the boosts. Then it actually feels halfway decent. But you come in here, and there should be a portal sitting in here. I'm just gonna go in because I don't feel like getting wailed on. Come into the temple. You don't have, I know, you don't have to go in here and touch all the altars or anything. But, come out, and you're at the cow level. Pretty entertaining. I mean, it's, if you know the cow level from D2, and that was like your favorite thing to do, there's one thing for me that makes me not enjoy it as much as I did D2. And if you're listening, I'll try and see if I can build up enough here and then walk into a pack without casting. There's not really a move. Like, they don't move at all. I mean, it shouldn't really be a big deal. We actually have a cow level now. It's not very difficult. You cannot juice it up via the, what do you call them, the profane mind cages. They do not work. You can't juice them up that way. But, I mean, it's a fun little side activity just to run through real quick, kill some cows. Kind of like how we all used to do back in D2 days, where we'd all go searching for the leg, find someone in the server that hasn't killed the Cow King yet, and, you know, use him to bring open the portal, and then everyone else goes and kills the Cow King and has a jolly good time, because at the time, before patch, it was like the best way to level up. It was like the only way anyone really leveled up for the longest time. And Cow King is normally in one of two spots that I found. He's either in the center area, where I just was, or he's down here by the docks. There's a set of docks down there. That's not him. And over here on the side, I don't know if it's still going to be over here. Maybe not. Oh. He changed spots on me when I tried to show him off. There he is, right down here by the docks. Not very difficult. You can kill him. This is my 4th time coming in here now. So you can do this on a repeat. Probably not in the same instance. We'll actually test that because I haven't tested that before. But I've done this on Torment 12 with the same character. This is the 4th time now. And you get the Cow King's crown. You can wear it, you can temper it, you can masterwork it, you can throw it in the cube and transmog it. You can transmog it. You can't really do much with it because everything that's on it is not an actual affix. It's just like a description, like a paragraph description. And the item power is not 900, so you can't temper it. It's only power 666. You can't master or get a GA on tempering, but you can temper it, and then you can masterwork it, and then if you really want to, you can transmute it. Stick it in the cube, transfigure it, blink, and now I have a Cow King's crown with 6.6% resource cost reduction. But as you can see, I have 2 other ones. I transfigured this one, I got item quality, and then I tempered, masterworked it, and got maximum life. This one I didn't do anything with. It was just a spare. I'm just keeping it in there, keeping it in there. I actually had a 3rd one that I salvaged just so I could have the cosmetic for having the, you know, helmet. Part of doing the quest for Nabrel's hand here is wearing this. You have to wear this Amazon armor and then kill something. So being a Sork and how all my power comes from all my armor and everything else on it, I dropped the difficulty way down, considering that you have to wear this while you're doing a lot of the quest, and you are really squishy when you're wearing it. But it was a fun experience. I enjoyed it, and just for sheer curiosity, because I haven't tried it before, I just completed it. Let me go back to Kyovashad. And just for kicks, we'll see if it opens back up. Ooh. I'm exceeding the length of this video that I was comfortable being at, but I do enjoy doing some things like this, cow levels and stuff. My first time doing a video like this, just like a general overall season review and my thoughts. If there's, by any means, if you think I got something wrong on a certain point, or maybe have a different opinion, or maybe there's something I missed entirely and you want to express it, by all means, let me know in the comment section. Hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Hope to do more things like this, especially with the PO2 season. It's going to be longer. It's supposed to be... I'm in the complete wrong area here. I think from what I heard, the new season that's out is supposed to be... What is it? 6 months long? Oh, I already got pinned. So... I mean, I could do like a mid-season for that as well. I did start a new character in that, and that's kind of what I'm moving to. But... yeah, let me know what you like, dislike. Let me know your thoughts about current season 13, where you're at, what you're enjoying. What about season 13 do you enjoy most? Share your build. You know, see where we're all at in season 13 here, going to season 14. Even share your thoughts on season 14. I heard there's going to be massive nerfs coming around for all classes. Ball lightning sounds like it might take a huge hit. Alright, well, the portal's open. Let's see if the cows are still dead, or if they... Oh, nope. I see a bovine. Alright, cool. So you can go in here. I'm not going to do another full cow run. But you can go in here. Oh. You meanie. Oh, there actually is one thing I do want to talk about. When you die in this game, sometimes the game does a really good job of respawning you out of danger. However, sometimes when you're in the pit, especially with the Sork and you go like zoom, teleporting everywhere, every now and then you teleport to a spot you didn't mean to teleport to, right? Like corner of a wall, whatever, you get stuck, your your teleport, you know, its cooldown that was infinite all of a sudden fell off and you can't get out. And let's say you die. There are times when I've respawned in the pit and it puts me right in the middle of a horde. I hit T just to go back to town, and I die before I can open my portal. I respawn, I hit T again, I die before my portal. And this is like, holy cow. Like, sometimes I really wish like they give you an option: revive at checkpoint or return to town. Because sometimes you're in the pit and you're testing to see how far you can go up, and you just hit that elite pack. You know, it's just kind of like a brick wall, and you're like, you know what, I just want to go back to town. If you die and I want to go back to town, like, just give me the option to go back to town when I die. Like, don't make me you know, have to respawn into a pack of mobs and try and find my way out, then teleport to town. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Drop a like, drop a sub if you found it enjoyable, found it helpful. Let me know what I can do better. Still new at doing this. This is my first season review, kind of like my experiences with it. So I'm going to try and refine it. If there's any other games you'd like to see me play and possibly do a review on, by all means, let me know. But until next time, you all have a good one, and peace.